John is saying, no, please don't. Ms. Butnick claims my client can start her visits, but with a monitor selected, okay, blah, blah, blah. 415, when I subbed into this case, to my knowledge, John and Ms. Butnick never reached out to Brianna with John's requested monitor nor suggested visitation dates. I confirm, understanding that John is saying police officers are not as good of monitors as lay people who work in a visitation center. 5th reminder. Only after my 5th reminder about the keeping the peace employing police officers and 2 days into this conversation does counsel say she likes the idea of off-duty police officers being the monitors. She said she would call the company. I remind Ms. Butnick she did not ask for a visitation center in her 32425 or 32725 ex parte RFO or DVRO. Ms. Butnick then says she spoke to Rick from the company, who confirmed a visit could be done at the company's facility in McKinney, Texas. She advises if there were no issues with visit number 1, the next visits could be in a public place, a 3rd shift in less than 48 hours from John as to what he will allow. Which, by the way, okay, Rias, I know who you are, and I know you don't mean to be doing that, but what's happening, baby doll? You okay? Spazzing out? You want to start over? Do a reset? I guess I'm confused, right? So the end of that sub point, she's making note basically to the judge of like, this is the 3rd shift of like mindset or where he's at in the situation. Is that not what you're wanting him to do? Are you not wanting him to shift closer and closer to what you and your client are requesting? Am I confused? Because you're trying to paint a picture that he keeps changing his mind, but he's changing his mind to more and more of what y'all want, right? At first it was, no, we're not even going to address the whole keeping the peace place. Now the attorney has looked into it, says, I really like the idea of off-duty police officers. We've contacted them. This seems like a really good place. If Brianna agrees to use this place as the first visitation center, for visitation, then after that, if it goes well, then maybe we can move to further into what y'all want. But you'd like to make note of it in this order that this is them just changing their mind again. So he could just not change his mind. His attorneys could not, like, I don't understand. Like, I just, but people will watch this and be like, you're just obsessed. T. M. She advises if there was no issue with visit number 1, the next visit could be in a public place, a 3rd shift in less than 48 hours from John as to what he will allow. Most importantly, she advised, I'll have John complete the intake paperwork so we can get started. We later learned she never did this. Just note that, because that's important. It's gonna tie into this next section. Subpoint D, Saturday, 4/19/25, 1:32 p.m. to 8:01 p.m. Brianna emails me to say she had just spoken to the company and it was confirmed John never submitted his paperwork as his attorney told me over 24 hours beforehand that he was going to do. Is that what she said? Or did she say, I'll have him do it? She also never put a timeline or a time frame on it. Don't lie to the court, ma'am. I try not to work on weekends because I have a family. However, I know his career. Thank you for the heart, you guys, and thank you for tapping the screen. I try not to work on weekends because I have a family. However, I know this career choice is a 24/7 type of thing. Not type of thing. Especially around holidays when lots of clients experience custody exchange drama. So I try to keep an eye on my email. As soon as I saw Brianna's message, I emailed counsel at 2:26 p.m. and asked why John had not done his paperwork as she claimed he had. Here's the thing. Y'all are you're demanding actually so much of someone who has literally been taking care of this child on his own. We're going to get to his mom in a second because I know everybody who hates me or hates him or hates the situation is going to be like, his mom is helping him. Yes, she absolutely is. He sacrificed showing his little butt online so that he could retire his mother, move her in so that she could help him raise her son so he didn't have to send his son off to a fucking daycare center or with a private nanny every day. Heaven forbid there be a family unit and structure provided for the child. Heaven forbid. This doesn't just go for 2K and his child. This goes for any child out there. If you are lucky enough to have the grandmother and that relationship is healthy and stable, Why would you not prefer that over sending your child to a daycare center or inviting a stranger into your home that you don't know to raise your child or to help raise your child? And it's no different than all the people who sit there and talk about him when they're sending their children off to daycare every day. He's got to work. And I understand y'all don't think what he does is work. I'm not here to debate that. I don't really care if what you think he does is work or not. It's paying the bills. Clock it. It's paying all. It could pay all of our bills. I bet not all of our bills, but it pays a lot of bills, and not just his. It takes care of his child. It puts diapers on his child. It puts food in his child's mouth. It puts a roof over his head, not just over his head, over his mom's head. Why do y'all care how he got it? If he showed a little ass online, sure did. I subscribed. Hey, shout out. It's weird. It's weird. Y'all are mad that he took care of a child and that he literally did everything he possibly had to do. It's weird. Uh-oh. I gotta do a puzzle or it's gonna kick me off. We solved the puzzle. Again, has nothing to do with whether or not, with 2K or not. Take those two out of it. Let's put 2 random people in there. Let's put dead. RIP to the guy who donated his sperm for me. Let's put my husband's parents in there. Say they were getting separated. They're not. They're happily married. But let's say they were. I would say I have the same opinion, right? If one parent sacrificed and did everything they possibly could to help raise that child and provide a safe, loving, caring environment for that child, and the other parent did the exact opposite, and when they did have said child, they put that child in danger, I would side with this parent. Doesn't matter who the people are. Thank you for the heart, me, Jackie. I love how that's the argument, is like, you love him so much. No, it has nothing to do with that. So let's move on from this narrative of like, all of y'all just want to sleep with him. I'm sure there are some people that want to, but that has nothing to do with this. He's just a better parent. He's just shown to be a better parent. I don't know what to tell you. Didn't say he was perfect either, by the way. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Let's get through this.